Hello, my name is Raquel Ramirez, and today I will be speaking to you about anxiety disorders and the way it affects many individuals. If you have experienced anxiety, you are not alone. In an article that I read about the facts and statistics of anxiety states that 40 million people experience anxiety at the age of 18 and older. I believe that this topic is of importance because many people experience anxiety but do not like to speak up about it because they are scared that they will not be understood. Instead, many people keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves, which only makes their circumstances worse as they bottle their feelings up. The more we speak about the anxiety disorder that we experience, we give ourselves a higher possibility of decreasing the symptoms and disorders of anxiety and increasing ways to heal mentally and physically from past traumatic experiences. Today, I will be going over what anxiety is and how it affects many of us mentally and physically. I will also go over the kind of symptoms we should be looking out for that indicate that we have anxiety. Lastly, I will also be going over the kind of ways we can treat anxiety to heal safely and live a more positive and joyful life. To begin, I will give a short definition of anxiety, which is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. Feeling anxious starts with a small symptom that can later lead to an increase of the disorder to the mind and body if nothing is done about it in the beginning. The way it affects the mind could start off with a small symptom, such as having a headache from constant worry and stress. When the symptoms increase, anxiety could cause the feeling of depression when we feel like we are alone and have no one to talk to, which can then cause panic attacks, which can lead to several physical symptoms. Anxiety leads to physical symptoms. They can be very traumatic, such as having trouble breathing, which affects the heart because an increase in heart palpitations begin to occur, which can increase the possibility of a heart attack. Anxiety affects both the mind and the body in a dangerous way if we do not detect anxiety symptoms in the beginning. Next, I will be talking about the different kinds of anxiety symptoms we should be looking out for in the beginning. These symptoms come in many ways, shapes, and forms, so it is especially important to pay close attention when we see a change in behavior and mood in someone. Some of the anxiety disorders that are most common are panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, specific phobias, and generalized anxiety disorders. What these disorders have in common is the amount of fear that someone feels when they are experiencing one of these disorders. It may be difficult to visually pinpoint a disorder at first, but you can sure feel the disorder. All the anxiety disorders that have been mentioned have similar symptoms. As we mentioned, the most common one is feeling panic and fear, but there are many other symptoms that are not to be taken lightly, such as sleep problems, shortness of breath, nausea, tense muscles, and dizziness. These are important symptoms to be looking out for and should be treated at the first sign of symptoms. Lastly, it is especially important to treat anxiety disorders once a symptom of the disorders is detected to be able to get early treatment before the anxiety disorder increases and becomes worse. There are many ways to get treated for anxiety disorders. One of the many ways is by physical treatment. It is important to maintain a healthy lifestyle because it gives us a positive mindset, such as exercising and making sure you are getting enough sleep and rest to ease our feelings of anxiety and increase our well-being. Another way to get treated for anxiety is many mental exercises to keep our mind at ease. It is important to remember to breathe and be still and not rush through life, to just live out every moment stress-free and live a more positive lifestyle. Taking control of our thoughts is key because our minds are full of worrisome thoughts, and it is important to create a positive outlook for things we cannot control. If our anxiety is at a higher level, it is important to reach out to your doctor and get the professional help we need. In conclusion, when we begin to put ourselves first before anything and anyone else, we will treat ourselves with love and respect enough to take care of our mental and physical state to reach out when we are in need of help with our anxiety. The more we speak about our anxiety disorders that we experience, we give ourselves a higher possibility of decreasing the symptoms and disorders of anxiety and increasing ways to heal mentally and physically from past traumatic experiences. It is important to know what anxiety is and how it affects our minds and body to be able to detect the symptoms of anxiety disorders that we experience and seek help once we know that we are suffering from anxiety. Remember that no matter what you're going through and no matter the circumstances that you're going through, you do not have to go through it alone because there are many people out there who will listen to you and help you, so please speak out about it because you have a voice. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great and encourage you to do good.